Want to hear some fun things I learned this week about the Mummy?
Yes.
George A. Romero in the 80s was going to do like a Mummy reboot where the Mummy's sort of like the Terminator.
Oh my God,
and
amazing.
that sounded good.
That sounds amazing.
But then it sort of fell apart. But then a little gentleman named Clive Barker, he did Hellraiser. They were like, oh my God, okay, let's get this guy to do a Mummy reboot. They brought in Barker, and Barker wanted to set it in LA, and it was sort of about plastic surgery sort of a thing with the Mummy kind of thing. Sounded cool, but they were like, no, that's too perverted, was the quote from Universal, so they threw that in the bin.
Universal, this is why you were about to go bankrupt.
Then Universal had another winner on their hands when Joe Dante was going to direct a John Sayles Mummy script starring Daniel Day-Lewis.
John Sayles,
Yes.
Daniel Day-Lewis,
Yes,
Mummy?
and they threw all that in the garbage bin. But it all worked out for the best because then they brought in Steven Summers, who said, you know what, it should literally just be Indiana Jones, right? But like Jason and the Argonauts also. And they were like, oh, right.
There's a lot of Ray Harryhausen effects in this.
Yeah. This movie's effects were done by Industrial Light and Magic, George Lucas's special effects company. And you can really tell because these effects, they will remind you of some of your favorite movies featuring special effects. Mocap was brand new. Like nobody had ever worked with it before. So that was a huge element in this production. They still had a whole entire understanding of how to use practical effects. So this movie really elegantly and beautifully blends the practical and the technology.
The ideas that they are bringing to life with CGI are compelling. Because it's all about like body horror and the jaw expanding and like the body of the mummy coming together. So the vision is there, and the CGI just sort of brings to life the vision, as opposed to just starting with the CGI and saying, "Come up with something crazy here."
The first comes the practical,
yes,
the costume, the makeup, the hair, all that, and then we'll layer the CGI on top.